Dark Case Files, Real Crime, Real Story. On the night of June 12, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman were found stabbed to death outside Nicole's condo in Brentwood, Los Angeles. The scene was brutal. Nicole had been married to O.J. Simpson, a former NFL superstar, actor, and one of the most recognizable figures in America. Their marriage had been turbulent. Police had previously responded to domestic violence incidents at their home. When investigators examined the crime scene, they found blood evidence that quickly pointed toward O.J. On June 17, 1994, police prepared to arrest him. But O.J. Simpson didn't surrender. Instead, he climbed into a white Ford Bronco driven by his friend Al Collins. What followed became one of the most surreal moments in American history. For nearly 2 hours, millions watched live as police slowly pursued the Bronco across Los Angeles highways. People pulled over. Some even stood on overpasses holding signs of support. Eventually, O.J. returned to his mansion and surrendered peacefully. He was charged with 2 counts of murder. The trial of the century trial began in January 1995 and was televised daily. Prosecutors argued O.J. killed Nicole in a jealous rage and Ron Goldman was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. They presented DNA evidence, blood trails, and a glove found at the crime scene. But O.J.'s defense team, famously called the Dream Team, fought back aggressively. They challenged how evidence was handled. They accused the LAPD of racism and misconduct. They focused heavily on Detective Mark Foreman, whose credibility was damaged during cross-examination. Then came the defining moment. O.J. was asked to try on a pair of gloves prosecutors claimed he wore during the murders. The gloves appeared too small. Defense attorney Johnny Cochran delivered a line that became legendary: "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." The verdict on October 3, 1995, after less than 4 hours of deliberation, the jury returned its verdict: not guilty. The reaction was explosive. Some Americans celebrated the decision. Others were stunned and furious. The case exposed deep racial divisions and distrust in the criminal justice system. It also changed media forever, launching the era of wall-to-wall televised trials. The civil case and aftermath. In 1997, the families of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman filed a civil lawsuit. This time, the jury found O.J. Simpson liable for their deaths and ordered him to pay millions in damages. Years later, in 2008, O.J. was convicted in an unrelated armed robbery case in Las Vegas and sentenced to prison. He was released in 2017. The legacy O.J. Simpson case remains one of the most debated trials in American history. It wasn't just about guilt or innocence. It was about race, celebrity, media influence, and public trust in justice. Decades later, one question still lingers: what really happened on June 12, 1994? This is Dark Case Files. We post real crime every day. Subscribe so you don't miss the next case.